Hi guys, right, so your first step to covering like eyebrows that you're growing out, can you see mine? I mean, this is for people with light eyebrows. Mine are really light. If they're darker, I'm not too sure, to be truthfully honest, but I will find out for you guys. When they're light like this, I've put my foundation on and I have run my foundation through my eyebrows. I'm taking my concealer on just like a foundation brush, like a small one though, from MAC, and I'm just going over my eyebrows with my concealer. I'm not piling it on, just lightly. And what that's going to do is just start hiding the hairs slightly. Now, I'm not being funny, but I am having major issues with growing my eyebrows out. Like, it's getting to the point where it's actually making me angry looking at them. But I know that they've not grown out enough yet to even give them a little bit to make them neater. Not even there a little bit. I can hear a little boy crying. What is that? Right, so yeah, so you've put your concealer on your brows. You only need a little bit. This is basically what I've found helps with me at the moment. I'm not saying that it's going to help everyone in the exact same way that it's helped me, but it's something. The next thing I'm going to take is a brow pencil. Mine's just a Rimmel London one. It's called black brown, but it's not black at all. It's just like quite a dark brown. Make sure. Do you know what? I've moved my sharpeners and I know I've put them there. Oh, sorry. Make sure your brow pencil's sharp and hard. If you've got a brow pencil and you find that it's quite soft, a tip for you to do is to put it in the fridge before you use it. Like, say if you're going to use it in the morning before you go to work, then the night before just put it in the fridge and it'll harden up and make sure it's sharp. Now, just to make sure that I get a good shape, I'm going to be looking in my mirror and hopefully you'll be able to see this one. So what I'm doing is, because my brows have got no shape at all at the moment, is I'm just penciling in a shape. Can you see? So that's the bottom line, and then go from the top. Like that. So you end up with something that looks like that. Can you see? Right, and the reason that my brows are growing out is because, oh yeah, and before you do it, brush them through. I could do with getting a spoolie, but I've not got one. Yeah, before they start, see if you can see that way, yeah. The reason why mine are growing out is because I put some fake tan on. It was my birthday a couple of weeks ago and I was going out, and I put some fake tan on, and in the morning before I washed my tan off, I tinted my eyebrows. Now, every time I've tinted my eyebrows, I know that, like at beauty school I learned to put Vaseline on first so it doesn't tint your skin, but with the dye I use, I've never had a problem with it actually tinting my skin before, so I put it on. But because of the fake tan, I mean, it's like a schoolboy error really. It dyed my skin green and I was like mortified, and the only way I could get the dye off my skin like was to wax it off. Now I wax my own eyebrows anyway. I am qualified to do it. I do know what I'm doing. Don't sound really qualified, do I, when I'm dyeing my freaking skin green? But yeah, and I had to wax it off, and I waxed like the majority of the front of my eyebrow because I was panicking in case it wasn't going to come off because I was going out, and it was just hell. It really was. Now I'm going to fill in these with brow powder. This is one by George by Asda. And the only reason I picked this one up is just because I just wanted to try it to see how good the products were. And to tell you the truth, they are really good. Now this is a really dark one, and I'm going to be putting this from basically midway out, tail end of my brow. Like that. Now, can you see? Because naturally the tail end of your brow is darker than everything else. Now, sometimes I use this, like making a gradiented colour from the outside in. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I have them all one colour. I know it's not a natural look, but I mean, this way that I'm showing you now, the actual gradient look where you use a lighter powder, it does look a lot better. Makes your eyebrows look a lot more pretty, but sometimes I just like a really harsh brow. That's just me. I've had quite a lot of requests on my eyebrows, and I never really did it because I never saw my eyebrows as being that nice, to tell you the truth. And whenever I was like, whoa, how do you do your eyebrows? I was like, you really want to know? But I always concentrated on eyeshadow and stuff, and I think now that I'm actually covering up, I thought to myself, I'm going to let a bit of a thing out, right? And now you can see that I fucked up a bit here. I'll be alright. Now these are filled in, all the others are faded out, yeah? And because there's concealer over them, they're lighter. Now, I'm not going to say, unless you start covering them up completely with like the glue stick method, or like the brow wax thing, then you're going to see them. But, I mean, if they're to a point where they're really, really aggravating you, then you could cover them up. I know Petrolude has got an amazing video on how to cover your eyebrows up. I've never tried it, so I don't know, but I know he's like shit hot at stuff like that, so go check out his channel. I'll put a link to it, but I'm saying that I'm not really too sure how you make a link, but I'll try my best to put a link to his eyebrow covering video. Now, as you can see, I've filled in them now, and they are actually, can't really notice anything else. The last thing I'm going to do is take a small concealer brush, something like mine's a short handled MAC 194. This works really well for me. Just take a bit of it and run that concealer over it again, and this just enhances the shape and just covers them hairs up again. Another thing you could do if you're growing them out is to and on top I do it too, just to, I mean, everybody knows this trick, it's nothing new to you all, I know. Another trick if you're growing out your eyebrows that could help in covering them up is to bleach them. Now, I know you're thinking, what? Bleach your eyebrows out and sort of like draw them on, because you're still going to have, like, you're still going to be able to see a natural shape, and you can go over it with a pencil, and then when your eyebrows have grown back, you can tint them back to brown or whatever the colour you want. Right, so there you go, guys. They are my eyebrows now. Even though they're hairy as sin, they don't look it. I hope that's helped some of you guys, because it's really been helping me just to get over the hairiness, because this is knocking me sick. I cannot stand it. I am used to having a smooth, clean brow that I love to bits, and this is just, oh my god, it's upsetting me. Right, so I'll be coming out to you with a tutorial as well. Gonna carry on from here. See you guys soon. Love yous.